This is Cyndy G, and in this video we are assembling the watermelon cart. So I've got all the little pieces laid out here. These here are for the front and the back. So this is an A2 card, and it is the base of the card is designed as one single piece. So on your mat, it's laid out like this. And then okay, on your mat, it's laid out like this. But I use AC cardstock, and it's only textured on one side. And I want the front of my card to have the texture. So I flipped it on the mat before I cut it, so that my texture will be on the front of my card. Okay, so if you have paper that is one-sided, or if you're using a pattern paper for the base, you'll want to flip your card for whatever, if you want something different on the front, okay? Because again, it lays out on the mat this way, which is the proper orientation for the pieces in the back. But for me, I wanted the texture on the front, so I flipped my image. I could have put my paper on upside down, I guess, but I flipped my image. So okay, so now I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to start with the front. I've already put these two pieces together, this with my mat. If you wanted to say, watermelons, however much money, 5 cents. I wish they were only 5 cents. I love my watermelons. So you have that there. You just want to kind of center it here on this part. And then there's a matching one for the back, and that's for you to sign your card. So you could even say happy birthday, congratulations, whatever you're celebrating, you could write that on the front. There is also a sandwich board for the front. I'm going to pop mine with a piece of foam tape. And for this, you want to line up to this edge. Okay, so we're just lining up to that edge. And then this is going to go just right here. And I like, when I have things that need to be level on the bottom, I like to stand my card up to make sure before I adhere it that it is level. And I'm just going to put glue on the top part of this because the bottom is not all on the card. And I do this with, and I'll show you when I stand it back up or lay it back down. I do this leg here because here's where my fold is. I do it just on the opposite side of this bottom leg there. And then we've got the wheel. Okay. So there is the front, and now I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to put the back together. So your cut in half watermelon has 4 pieces actually. I've already adhered the seeds, the black for the seeds, to the back of my red. And then this you're just going to center here in this piece. And then this is going to line up right to the top edge here of your watermelon. Okay. And then I'm going to glue it right here. Oh, before you put that on, put the pole for your umbrella on. And when you put the pole for your umbrella on, the top part of this has a slight curve to match the curve of the umbrella. So that will be your top, and your bottom is cut straight across. Okay. And then of course you're going to put the black on for your seeds, and then you're just going to layer your watermelon pieces together, just kind of putting each piece in the center. And then this is going to go right here. I think I'm going to use a little bit of foam tape on this piece as well. Okay, then on your umbrella, you're going to put your trim on. It just lines up to the bottom and the 2 sides. And the umbrella I want to pop up with some foam tape. All right, so there is the front and the back of the card. And let's pull this in. So here we have a drink and 2 small slices of watermelon and a small flower. So these pieces go together similarly to the other slices of watermelon. I've already put the black on for the seeds. And then I'm just going to layer these lining up the edges. And you line these up to the points right here. Okay, so I'm going to put that one on first because I think I want to pop the top one up. Okay, and then I have a little flower. I'm not sure where I want to put it. I'm just gonna use my stylus here in the palm of my hand. I think I'm gonna do it like right here. Just put some glue there. Use this tip to push it down. Oh, it's hanging over and that's not gonna work. Got to move it over a little bit more. You can't go over the edge there because it'll be butted up against the card, the inside. I guess I do have a little bit of leeway with that because the side's a little bit lower. Okay, so for my drink, I've already put these two pieces together. You've got the green here, and then with the jar, I'm going to put my watermelon juice in first. And then I'm going to put my straw. Then I think I'm going to do the lid. Just want to see which way. Yeah, I want that behind. I'm just going to glue that slightly behind, just on the tip here. Okay, and now we'll glue this onto the base. And now that I look at it, I think it needs to be popped up with some foam tape. So we'll just put that on there. The glue will help it stay better. Okay, so there is the insert. Now you're going to fold it on the score lines and then open them out flat and bring your card in. You're going to lay this piece right up against the back and you're gluing right here to the edge. Okay, so let's put some glue here on the tab. We're going to lay this down flat, stand it up, because we want to make sure all of our wheels are level. It's going to apply some pressure here before I open it. And now you can see I've got this tab right here. So I'm going to have this side resting on the table. Be careful of your handles from your cart. And I'm going to bring this side over and glue it to this side. Okay. So I'm going to put glue on this tab. You do want to be careful not to use too much because you don't want it to ooze out and give you trouble closing your card. And you got to kind of squeeze around all your dimension there so that it is gluing into the right spot. I'm going to fold it both ways. What am I stuck on? Stuck on something. Oh, right there. Okay. Yeah, so be careful of this leg. Mine just got caught here. Maybe that wasn't a good idea to put that over so far. So just watch that. Now I'm going to put glue here on this tab. And I'm going to close it up. Fold it both ways. You want to train your paper to fold either way because you don't know how somebody's going to do it. And then there it is. There is the watermelon cart. Thank you for joining me.